Good afternoon. This is the Green Room. I have with me today Dr. Ryan Beeken from Wichita State University. He conducts choir, he teaches choir, all things choir. Welcome, Ryan. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to visit with you.
Wichita State University has a couple of performances of events deeply steeped in tradition, and now's the time of year that we get to experience them. The first being the Candlelight Choir Concert. When is that?
So those concerts are taking place on Friday, December 2nd, Saturday, December 3rd, and Sunday, December 4th. And they have been very important traditions for the School of Music and for the Wichita community that precede most of us, certainly myself. I believe this is about the 60th year that these concerts have been being produced, and they're among the most popular events that we do here on campus for sure. They typically sell out, so we're hoping that's a trend that also continues.
And the Candlelight Concert, what is the venue?
That's in Wiedemann Hall on campus. And it features all of the choral programs here at the university. So four choirs. Professor Lynn Davis is collaborating with us with the organ, and then some pieces that use brass and percussion. It's very festive. It's a great way to kind of get into the spirit of the season and experience some of the special sonic features of Wiedemann Hall, which is a really beautiful, reverberant place to listen to music.
And if memory serves, it is tradition to end the Candlelight Concert with the same piece of music.
Yep. So every year, the piece ends with a piece called, or the concert ends with a piece called Beautiful Savior. That's a part of the Lutheran choral tradition that's been very important. Things like Christmas at St. Olaf, Christmas at Luther, some of those kinds of programs that people might be aware of. It's often performed at those, and it ends the concert, and the singers are surrounding the audience, and it's in candlelight, and it's very, very beautiful and creates a really powerful sonic experience of kind of being enveloped in that beautiful sound while you're sitting in the hall.
And such a beautiful space, too. Wiedemann Hall is just gorgeous to be in, and especially if it's candlelit and there's
Mhm.
greenery around you. Oh, it's
Yeah,
so lovely.
it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It feels intimate and special, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And so again, the performance dates are December the 2nd through the 4th, two evening performances and one matinee.
Correct. The Sunday matinees at 4 o'clock, and Friday and Saturday concerts are starting at 7:30.
And given the nature of its popularity and a history of selling out, I would assume you'd ask people to get tickets in advance.
Yeah, they should get tickets in advance, and those can be purchased online through the University Fine Arts box office, or you can come in person to campus in Dirksen Fine Arts Center and go to the box office window and get tickets there as well.
You can call the box office at 316-978-3233. Would you tell us a little bit about the different choirs at Wichita State and
You
who
bet.
all will be hearing?
You bet. So we have four choral ensembles at Wichita State. The Shocker Choir are tenors and basses. So that's a tenor bass ensemble, and they'll be performing everything from Renaissance Gregorian chant to traditional, contemporary favorites. We have Woo Choir, which is our,
Woohoo!
yeah, exactly, our soprano alto choir. And again, they're performing a variety of repertoire. And we have madrigal singers, and that's a small chamber group of soprano, alto, tenor, bass choir, and they're performing primarily pieces from the Renaissance era that do have a holiday feel. And then concert chorale is our premier ensemble on campus, another SATB ensemble, and they're doing everything from "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," it's kind of a
We
little
get a
favorite.
preview.
I know, from a tune like that to a really challenging piece of music by a contemporary composer based out of Minneapolis named Jocelyn Hagan. That's a setting of O Come Emmanuel, and a really up-tempo, fiery piece called I Am Glad. And, we have a lot to be glad for if we take the time to recognize it.
What a wonderful concert.
Yeah.
Again, that is December the 2nd through the 4th. For tickets, go to the Fine Arts Box Office website. Visit the box office in person. It's located in Dirksen, or call 316-978-3233. We will return to talk more with Dr. Ryan Beeken, because not only do we have the Candlelight Choir concert coming up, we have the annual Ye Old Madrigal Feast. We'll be back in just a few moments. We are talking about choral music with Dr. Ryan Beeken, who is you're the head of choral studies at Wichita State. What is your official title?
Director of Choral Activities is the official title, but yeah, I oversee the choral programs here at Wichita State.
And for anybody listening, and a bunch of you are who I know Bud Boughton. You are a Bud Boughton of the School of Music, in charge and conducting the choir, recruiting, teaching. What do you teach besides conducting the choirs? What classes are you teaching?
So I obviously conduct choirs, oversee the choral program. I teach choral conducting courses for undergraduates. And then I have choral conducting for graduate students, and also choral literature and rehearsal techniques courses for graduate students.
Rehearsal techniques.
Yes. Just because we wave our arms beautifully doesn't mean that singers will sing beautifully. We have to have other thoughts about how to help people.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to the Candlelight Concert, which is an annual event, Wichita State has this longstanding tradition of presenting a madrigal feast. And the madrigal feast, wasn't it? It was a few years where there wasn't one. Is that correct? And then
Correct.
You have brought it back.
I have brought it back. Yeah, there was actually about a 20 or 25 year period where they didn't happen. So it was quite a while that there were no madrigal dinners.
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, and but it had been a tradition, much like the candlelight tradition, where for 30, 40 plus years these madrigal feasts had been happening. Alan Held, one of my colleagues here at Wichita State, was a student here, and he talks about being in the madrigal dinner and it being one of the highlights of his time as a student. And they are really fun and special, unique little experiences.
I can remember I did not sing in madrigals when I was a music student, but I served. You had the top tier madrigal singers who were actually like the royalty and the sirs, and then you had undergraduates who were serving food essentially, right? I don't know if you still make your undergraduates be wine wenches, but I think I was a wine wench.
There will be a wine wench. Yes,
it was a wonderful fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. So it's basically we're doing a dinner theater set in Elizabethan England, and all of the singers are wearing Renaissance attire, and there's royalty, and everybody that's coming to the dinner is invited to pretend with us that we're going back in time into this little magical fairy tale, and we eat wonderful food and behave silly together, and do some great music.
That sounds like fun. It is Friday, December the 9th. Where is it located on campus?
So it takes place in the Radigan Student Center in Begg's Ballroom, which is decorated and set up, and has a wonderful 4-course meal. There's charcuterie and cocktail hour, pork loins stuffed with yummy goodness, and you can get cauliflower steak. It's quite lovely. Pie, ice cream, cherries jubilee. It's very, very nice.
How much are tickets, and where can we get them?
So tickets are $75 and $25 for WSU students. That includes the 4-course meal, the show, and the concert. Tickets can be purchased from the box office, Fine Arts box office. You can also go to wichita.edu/choir, And there's a link there to the Madrigal feast as well that would get you to tickets.
Friday evening, December the 9th, starting at 6 o'clock for
6 o'clock.
your cocktail and charcuterie hour
Exactly.
in the third floor of the Radicon Student Center. Tickets have to be purchased in advance.
Yes, so tickets purchased in advance, and those can be purchased up until Monday, the 5th of December.
What a wonderful holiday season at Wichita State University. I love both of these traditions, and I think they are so special to so many people in the community. Bravo on bringing back the Madrigal Feast. It
Thank
really
you.
is. It's dinner theater. It's dinner and a show. It's
It
just the
is.
most fun.
It is. And I think sometimes it's you think $75 seems like a lot until you start to think, well, if two people go to the movie theater and buy popcorn and soda, it's going to start to add up to about that anyway. So you might as well
Yes.
have awesome food and great music.
And these proceeds, money made, go to support the choirs.
It all goes back to the choral program, so that we can support students with scholarships, with special travel needs if students are competing or representing the university at other functions, that we can support those activities for students. Hopefully, we're taking the choir on a tour next semester, and so it would support
Where are
those
you
kinds of activities.
going?
I think we're going to be going south and visiting some friends in Oklahoma and doing some concerts, possibly in Oklahoma City and in Tulsa.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Dr. Ryan Beeken, thank you for joining me. And just one more time to review, you have the Candlelight Choir, December the 2nd through the 4th. The 2nd and the 3rd are evening performances. The 4th is a matinee. And then you have your Madrigal Feast on December the 9th.
Correct.
Have a wonderful holiday season. And I know from now until the end of the semester, you're probably going a million miles an hour. You've probably already been going a million miles an hour. I will point out that Dr. Beeken is the conductor of the Wichita Symphony Orchestra Chorus, who just performed the most stunning Mozart Requiem this
Well,
weekend.
thank
So
you.
no rest for the weary. Keep
No,
going.
no, it's part of the gig, but it's what we love.
Yeah. Well, have a wonderful Christmas season.
Thanks so much. You too.